US President Donald Trump has now slammed his French counterpart Emmanuel Macron by saying that no one is authorized to speak to Iran on behalf of the US. Trump has accused President Macron of sending mixed signals to Tehran over possible talks. In a series of tweets, Trump has said that, and I quote, "Nobody speaks for the United States but the United States itself." While it is not exactly clear what Trump is referring to, reports suggested that Macron had invited Iran's President Hassan Rouhani to this month's G7 summit to meet Trump. The French government has denied all such claims. European leaders are still trying to defuse the tensions between Tehran and Washington as the crisis keeps growing in the Gulf. The Iran nuclear crisis is set to be the talking point of the G7 summit later this month. Meanwhile, U.S. Defense Secretary Mark Esper is in Seoul, the capital of South Korea, amid a series of regional challenges ranging from tensions between Seoul and Tokyo to how much of the cost South Korea should pay for American troops stationed there. Esper met his South Korean counterpart Jong Kyung-do on Friday. The newly confirmed Defense Secretary of the United States arrived in Seoul on Thursday, a day after President Donald Trump said South Korea agreed to pay a lot more for the upkeep of 28,500 American troops in South Korea. He also stated that talks are underway to discuss the issue. According to South Korea's defense ministry, Esper and Jeong were expected to discuss a number of issues, including the security situation on the Korean peninsula, coordinate policy to foster denuclearization and lasting peace, as well as key alliance issues. The trip comes after North Korea recently carried out a series of missile tests. In a statement issued earlier this week, Esper said that the U.S. would not overreact to the short-range missile launches by North Korea and would keep the door open for talks with Pyongyang. He also added that despite complaints by North Korea, there was no plan to alter future joint military drills with South Korea. However, Mark Esper continued to focus on North Korea during the meeting between the U.S. delegation and South Korean military officials.
Together with our allies from around the region, we will remain resolute in our enforcement of the United Nations Security Council resolutions until the North engages in complete, verifiable, irreversible denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula. These include close and continuing coordination on North Korean matters, ensuring the readiness of our combined forces to defend ourselves while also creating space for diplomacy.
A myriad of challenges for the United States also include an escalating trade dispute between Japan and South Korea. Both allies of the U.S., South Korea has said it was exploring all options in a bitter trade dispute with Japan, including scrapping an intelligence sharing pact. South Korea's defense minister was quick to highlight the matter.
Japan announced economic retaliation measures which include export restrictions and removal from its whitelist. It is biting into South Korea-Japan relations and security Cupertino of South Korea, the United States and Japan.